What up, what up? It's your boy Django. I am so excited to be here. Episode 2 of the Django Show, the beginning of a 10-year journey. And I just wanted to take today to talk to you about why I'm here. I wanted to talk to you about what I want this show to be. Look, anybody can create a podcast. Anybody can try to create a platform and make money and, do certain things. But there's something that calls to my heart that makes me feel so right when I'm here. And I want you to understand my journey and what I believe about myself and what I believe that could mean for you. And so today I just want to start right here. This is me in 2017. My boy Mike, I love him to death. It's my brother forever. He just came over to the house and he's always been one to tell me how it is. I had no shirt on. I'm just feeling the vibes. I'm like, I've been working out for a whole week. I look good. He's like, bro, put a shirt on. I'm like, dog, what you talking about? I look great. I got a 4-pack coming in. I've been working out for a week. I'm down 5 pounds. Come on. He's like, bro, seriously, put a shirt on. And he does this thing where he takes your phone and he takes pictures. And honestly, it used to annoy me. But now I look back at it, I have all these pictures of moments and I can remember that time. And I remember with this, I looked at that picture of myself. And I remember thinking, this isn't who I am. And there's something to the story of who you see yourself as. When you reach a point in your life where you see yourself as something, and when you look at pictures or when you look in a mirror, that's not you, that sucks. I was angry. I was just so livid about the whole situation. I honestly just got pissed about it. And it's the angles. It's a bad time. I just finished eating my 4th breakfast burrito. This ain't me. He don't know. And it's funny how when something like that happens, it almost defeats you. I don't think I worked out again for another month. And I could easily say that, because of the journey I've been on, that this was the moment that changed everything. But the time that followed, I was still the same 250 to 260 pound Django. And it wasn't until I hit what you call a zero margin event. That's what my buddy calls it, the Brain Warrior. It's where you basically sink all the way down to the bottom. And when you hit the bottom, it's the bottom. And you could die there or you could push off. And when you push off, all of a sudden, you start having these wins because you pushed off. You have all this momentum going up. It's like, wow. And I just remember when everything fell apart, I was like, I just got to push myself. I got to be better. I got to be something. I don't know. And I just was reading and working and trying. But as time went on, a couple weeks, it was like, I guess it's not that big of a deal. I guess I could drink. It's not that big of a deal. And what I want you to understand about me is my life hasn't been bad. I got a great family. I got a girl who's loved me for over a decade. I got, all the things that I've ever wanted. When I got out of school, I went to the school I wanted to. I made $30,000 a year at this first job. Didn't work out the way I wanted, but then I got another job pretty quick. I'm a good dude. I was nothing wrong with me. And then when I made $50,000, I was like, man, if I could only get to the next thing. Let me remind you, when I was in college, I was making $150 every 2 weeks, and I was working at McDonald's when I came home. So I didn't have that much money when I was in school. So when I got out, making $30,000 was crazy. It was all I had dreamed of. But as soon as I started making $30,000, I'm like, bro, this isn't enough. I can't go out on the weekends. I can't afford a Metro. I'm like, this don't work for me. We gotta one up it. I want to be out this Acura Legend. So I got the Civic. I made more money. I'm at $50,000 now. I'm like, man, $50,000 is not enough. I don't know what it is. Somehow my bills have gone up. So now you're like, man, if I could just make more. All of a sudden I'm at $75,000 a year. I'm like, this money. All of a sudden bills are at the same place. Somehow I still have credit card debt. I'm like, man, if I could just make it to $100,000, all my problems would be fixed. I would be perfect. Made it to $100,000. You know what that equated to? Still not being happy. Bought all the shoes I ever wanted. Bought the car that I wanted at the time. I was just living life, getting to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And it wasn't until that zero margin event that I realized that I started thinking back on my life and I noticed that there were these times where life just didn't feel right. Similar to that picture. It was like I'd be out partying, we drinking, having a good time, and it's just like, what's wrong? Something's wrong. I'm happy, but something's wrong. And when I was in college, I used to just have these times where I would cry when I was, when I was at partying with friends, I get angry and start an argument or something. Like, it was just something that was always missing, and I didn't really know what it was. And when I started pushing myself to try to be a better version of myself, one, not easy. Slipped and fell a whole bunch of times. I spent like $60,000 just coaches and mentors and people trying to help me quit my job and this and that. And honestly, all of those things did help in some ways, but that wasn't the answer. The answer was always in me. I just didn't know the right questions to ask, and I didn't like the answers. I didn't know the right questions to ask. And then when I didn't like the answers. And one of the things I always hear on Instagram is people talking about like, oh, bruh, like, they lied to you. The teachers and the college people, they all, and the bosses, they lied to you. They want you to be trapped in a 9-to-5. They want this for you. And I kind of fell into that like, yeah. I could do financial freedom. This is going to be amazing. And then it turned out that it just started clicking for me. It was like, what if they didn't lie to you? What if this is just the life that everyone lives? I mean, we got to be alive. We got to have a job. We got to do certain things. Like, what if all these different people that I met at different times in my life weren't lying to me about, hey, get a good job, be able to retire, take care of your family? They were just telling the story that they knew. And for a lot of people, maybe that life is enough. But there is something to being a person who knows you're in the wrong place, because if you are like me, you felt those moments. It's like you're alone, even though you're in a room full of people. And I hid behind like a face and hoped that no one could see how I felt inside. And what I want for this show is to help you ask those questions if you don't know them. And what I want you to be able to do is, when you hear those answers, understand that what's on the other side of that fear is bravery. This year, I made more mistakes than I had ever made in my life. Hold on one second. Let me double check something. I want you, Django, don't lose it. Don't lose it. I want you to understand that the thing that you love the most, the thing that you identify with, the thing that makes you you, might be the thing that's keeping you from being the best version of yourself. The thing that's keeping you from being okay with the life that you're living. The thing that will help you help more people or become something even better than you could have imagined. For a long time, who I identified myself as, the fun dude, the guy who has all the jokes, this and that, and he's not that serious, and he drinks all the time, he does it, he's good. All the things that I used to hold on to, the preconceived notions I had of myself, of what I had to do, of all of these little things that, like, as you ask more questions, it becomes more clear. Why does it have to be this way? Those people aren't lying to you. Maybe they just don't know the questions to ask themselves. And maybe if you become the best version of yourself, you can become the person who helps your parents. You can become the person that people can cry on when they need you. You can become the person that's strong that people look to. Maybe it isn't that you quit a 9-to-5, but maybe it's just that you helped the company get through something, or helped somebody else that's around you, someone in your circle, someone who's sick, someone who needs help. Maybe if we together individually become the best versions of ourselves, we can create a better future together. And that's why I'm here. And every video, I'm going to end it letting you know that I believe in you and I love you. And I know that what we do together is going to be something special. And while this show is named Django, just so that you don't forget it, it's less about me and more about you and your journey and my guest journey. And for us to learn from each other and learn new questions to ask about our lives to become better versions of ourselves. Anything is possible if you believe anything is possible. What kind of life are you going to gift your time? None of us know how long we're going to be here. But if we take each moment and just live for that moment, maybe we can create something even better. I'm going to end on this. I was always looking to the future up until I started getting my life together. And the reason that is because I hated where I was. I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know that that was the case of what was happening. It was always about the next thing and the next best thing and the next gadget and the next toy. You ask me, I know about the next iPhone and the next this and how much more money I could make if I got this deal and if I did this. Only thing you can control are your thoughts and your actions. The thoughts that you have right now, the way you think about the things that are happening around you, and the actions that you partake in as the world is happening around you. And this year, with all the mistakes I've made, I have never been more firm in my belief that I'm headed on the right path, on the right journey, because every day I wake up, it's not about the mistakes we made yesterday. It's about what we decide to do after them, what we're going to do right now, because that is a past life now. It's over. Nothing I can do about it. What can I do right now? I hope this thing recorded all the way through because I'm not doing this again. I believe in you. I love you. It's episode 2. Have a wonderful day.